Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So, my plan, like moving forward, is I finally realized like the best way for me to actually use my YouTube channel as like a data set for my trading and everything. So, I'm going to start like grouping my videos together. Like, there'll be wins and losses, and then like losses. Sorry, wins and lessons, then losses and lessons, so that I can easily just go back, see how I won previously, and also like be able to see how I lost as well. You get, and then know that okay, this thing worked before, and this didn't work, previously. But yeah, so looking at this is GBPJPY. So I mean, if you guys remember my strategy, like I've probably shown this a couple of I've shown this a couple of times. Um, so yeah, so this one, let's do it this way exactly. Yeah, so this particular chart, I didn't, so the issue was, I won't say the issue, but like the mistake I made was I didn't see it clearly at first. But I thought this one was like, this first one that is right here, this first one. But I didn't know like what happened was literally this. Because if I zoom out, I think what I need to start doing is to like to zoom out much clearly. If I had zoomed out better, I would have seen that the main level was actually this one. Let me reduce this. It was actually this one and not this one. So the moment it took me out like this, it just went straight up. Yes. So I think what I need to start doing is to probably be looking at my screen like this, and rather than looking at like like a little bit closer. I guess like they say, if you can, what's that quote again? It's better to see the full picture or something like that. Sha. But yeah, so that's my plan moving forward. Always zoom out like this, and then use the 4 hour time frame and everything. I'm sure I'll probably still make this mistake again, but better for me to catch myself now, and then someday go back and watch these videos, and then see how far I've come, as well. But yeah, so that's with this one. This one, everything was correct. The only issue was I didn't spot the main level, right? That was. But yeah, you win some, and then you lose some. But yeah, that was a mistake with this one. And the next one is EURNZD. That's Euro New Zealand Dollar. So the reason why I'm so pained with this one is that the same mistake I made previously, right? All I needed to do was just to zoom in. Zoom out. Right, because if I'd zoomed out, I think zooming out now is probably the first thing I start doing when I'm trading. I should definitely be like the first thing that I'm doing. Because if I zoomed out, let me just turn off all this stuff on my chart. Let me turn off all stuff. So if I so this is my selling pattern, right? You guys remember it, where it comes up, takes out the low, and then comes out the test. But then this one, right? This is what I should be trading. Let me draw this in. It should be as clear as this, right? That's honestly what I should be looking for. I shouldn't be looking for, all this minor intermediary and this and this. Like this one that is here is probably the same thing that happened here. You get, but like on a smaller time frame. You get, so, but because like I said, I zoomed, I didn't zoom out. Right? I was probably looking at my screen like this. I was probably looking, I'm like, okay, oh, it took out the lows here, and then it's coming back up here. But then, bro, it took me out like instantly. It took me out instantly. But yeah, I think zooming out now is probably the first thing I need to do. Like I was supposed to look at my chart like this clearly on the 4 hour time frame. That's probably what I should start doing now. But yeah, so this is what I should trade. Something very clear. Even if I'd use like the 2 hour time frame. Let me see this one. Yeah, like it doesn't. Let me push this one here. It looks similar. Really does it looks similar, but yes, it's not the same because pattern recognition is like the most important thing in trading. Like you get, because what I've back tested is this. This is what I've back tested. This is what I know works. When it comes back to the level that made the lows. You know, it comes back down and everything. But yeah, but I realized zooming out now is I'm going to start trading first. You know, look at my screen exactly like this to be able to spot the level. So yeah, that's that for this one. And to guys that are also trading out there, you know, I think the same thing, you know, depending on the time frame you guys just will use as well. Like if you're using 15 minutes, 4 hour, whatever, always zoom out so you can see, you know, so you can see the full picture. Right? That's I feel like that's key. Because if I zoom that, I'm sure I won't have, you know, made this loss here. Let me see this one. Yeah, I mean this one happens, right? Because you know the level wasn't probably that clear, right? So, but yeah, a loss is a loss. The main thing is to learn and move forward. So yeah, so that was the loss for this one. Then USD card. Oh, yeah, I took a trade. Can't remember. Yes, it was it. It was right here. Yeah. I think this one I even the moment I realized I made a stupid trade, I closed it before I even got my stop loss. Yeah, this one. Another thing about like USD, right, is that if you're trading like I think my stop loss was like my tip was like here. If you're trading like USD pairs, I need to always remember to check like DXY. Right? DXY, you know, EU. This is USD card, right? So USD card moves in the opposite direction of GBP USD. So if I checked, you know, the thing was I actually checked GBP USD, but then I'm like, nah, I think it was I think it was at the same level. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, now let me look at my pattern. Does this I mean in a way, but yeah, so like it's not just the pattern that I'm actually trading, right? The reason why I didn't trade this one was like this this the I've back tested this stuff like you know so many times. Right? You know, I know that there's way that like I'll see this shoulder, and then I'll know that oh immediately like it's going to break it. Like this one, like I already know that probably because you know I've seen this many times. Like if it goes up like this, if it goes up like this, you know, and then it comes down. I think yeah, if it goes up like that, exact. I think that's. Should let me do it this one. Yeah, I guess so. Pattern doesn't work all the time, right? You see this one, and then you know similar to this one as well. So it's possible that sometimes just my hand, and then it comes up like this, right? So like it's quite similar. Like you know, it goes up there, and when the moment it comes back, it takes out that high, and then it took out this high as well. There's no way I'm going to put my stop loss that wide if I was trading something like this. It, it big, yeah. So, but yeah, it's not just about like you know looking at the shoulder where the low happened. You also have to you know check like the market structure as well. Like I don't think me personally, right? I won't. Normally, I wouldn't have taken this one. Normally, that one was clear, but this one, right? It's something that I've taken, even on a different day. I just think if you see the spike that happened here, you know, like it just went straight up. Just went straight up, and then yes, I've been buying for like you know for weeks. So this one, what I should have done was you know checked let me draw here. Like should have also looked at can draw here. I've also looked at this one too, this area, this performance section to like and everything. But yeah, wow. I think another thing regarding myself is I never really I created like a Notion dashboard. I mean, yeah, like a history of myself. Now see this one, right? You know, clear. I think I just remembered now. When it is the last top, when it's like see this place, right? As long as there's a previous high before this level, those are the ones that I always take. Exactly. I never, if it's somewhere like here, I'll never take a trade from this, from this top. I think that was the mistake I made there. Let me see this one. Like, this is top. This is one. Same thing. Same thing. Exactly. But yeah, like, my pattern is not supposed to work all the time. You get on a different pair, this might have even worked out, perfectly. You get, so I don't think I did anything wrong here. You win some, you lose some. But yeah, like, but zooming in, checking other pairs, that's what's gonna work. Checking DXY, checking other USD pairs too. That's what I should have done before I entered this, because it's not just pattern. If anyone can spot pattern and then be trading, and then you might think they'll be winning. You get, there are also other attributes for each currency, whatever that you have to look at. But yeah, so my big lesson today is always zoom out, right? Always zoom out. Minimum I should look at my screen like this next time. And like this zoom, I think I've started zooming out actually, yeah. But and that's what has helped me to there was a trade I just skipped. I think it's this one. This let me turn on my indicator so I can start trade. There was a trade I skipped recently. Can't remember the trade. I think can't remember the trade specifically. But I zoomed out, and then when I looked at the trade again, I'm like, oh, this is a consolidation, right? I'm supposed to let the trade go, right? And that's what I started doing. So what I'm trading now is, like, the level must be clear like this. Like, if I wake up in the middle of the night and then I look at my trade, whether I'm sick, whether I'm fine, whether I'm ill or whatever, I should be able to know this is it. You get like this one now, right? Uh, so I'll zoom out first, see the entire structure, then I zoom in, right? I think that's how I should be doing it. So as you can see this, right, it made a high here, made another high here, and then it's gonna come down here. I don't know, I'm just saying, right? And then bounce up and then do whatever it wants to do, whether it wants to go here or whether it wants to, come down. Okay, so this is like clear. I've seen this happen like, hundreds of times, and then I know that this is my A plus setup. So yeah, zooming in is what's gonna zooming out is what's gonna save me now. That's the first thing I need to start doing. If I zoomed out, for sure I would have seen that this was the one that made. I mean, like, I've tried to figure out, why sometimes like, cause I have it here, right? I have it, I have it here. This type here, and also this type here. I'm trying to figure out, like, why sometimes it takes out this low, and then why sometimes it just bounces off here. Because I can show, like, a couple of examples where it came here and then it bounced off, and then sometimes it comes here. So I'm still trying to figure that out, and I know that, like, once I find, I mean, the market does what the market wants to do, yeah. So there's sometimes there are no explanations for anything. But yeah, but I can now probably figure out a reason, and then to be easy for me. Before, I thought it was like a curve, right? I guess this trade, I just took this trade because other JPY pairs were flying up that day. Because I took this one and then I won with this one. Because I've seen this one final. Oh, once I see this curve here, this particular curve, it's always going to take out this low. Um, yeah, so I think, but yeah, this was also the cover was I mean, in trading, you never see the same chart over and over again. I mean, you see the same chart over and over again, but like in different formats, different variations. So yeah, but like I said, every video I make, I'm supposed to learn something new from that. So this one, the lesson is always zoom out, and then you're able to see the picture clearly. I think I remember the quote now. If you're playing chess and then you're sitting down looking at your chessboard, the person behind you that can see the entire board will be able to spot the moves that you can see, that you can't see. Exactly. It was chess. It was some chess. It was some chess. I think it was my physics teacher that said it back then. Is it my physics? I can't remember, sure. But it was chess. It was chess. So always zoom out, guys. Trading in life, in whatever it is you're doing. Zoom out and see the big picture. So yeah, so those are three um the three plays I'm talking about today, the three losses that I made. Still have like a couple of other videos I'm gonna make and post today. Some wins and some losses as well. So yeah, man, stay tuned. If you're a trader, always journal your trade. You can make videos. You don't even have to post them. I'm just posting them, so that like I have somewhere to remember. Oh, this is how these videos are. Again, that's the only reason I'm doing this, because I'm trying to, you know, journal. I say journal. Yeah, journal my journey. Because I know like in trading, everyone eventually makes it, right? As long as you're able to spot your mistakes. This video that I'm doing today, my probably is going. I know, like this video I'm doing today. I think this is my like sixth video. Probably when I get to like my 20th video, I've you know, gotten used to like making videos and everything else. I know I'll get better along the way, get better in everything as long as I'm consistent. So yeah, man, that's that. So see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, take care everyone. Peace out.